Hello, this is Tradawiz, and we're looking at the price action tools for TradingView. This is Sonar Lab's TradingView tools, and here we have different tools, and you can get it in all in one trading bundle. You could have the multi-trend, the SMC indicator. So this one we're looking at the multi-trend. As you can see, it's easier for you to check on the trend and also the swings. You could also get the SMC indicator if you are a smart money concept trader. And aside from that, we have the MTF indicators. And we could also check on the FVG or the gaps. A very good companion where you're using SMC concepts. Aside from that, we have other indicators like checking on the liquidity graphs and some of the premium oscillators. Otherwise, we'll be presenting to you the video from the Sonar Lab's review on this newer.
Yes, what is going on, guys? Version 2 is coming up, and in this video we are going to go over the features and see what actually changed in the indicator. It's quite a big update, so grab your coffee and make ready for this video. What I have in front of me is the new version, the SMC version 2, and on the right we got the version 1.1.7, and you can see that we quite changed the setting layout. Okay, so we added a bunch of stuff that we'll go over in a few. We also laid a focus on toggling on and off the features faster. And if you want to go in depth and want to change the settings, you can scroll down to the sections and change them. And you can see swing structure right here. You can scroll down. There's the swing structure. Internal, that's the second. Order block is the third. So it's built up with logic. So you can really navigate through here. Okay, so that's an easy hack to get used to the settings more. All the way down, we also have an extra section right here. I will go over at the last part of the video what it all is. We added the show displacement, the displacement to show strong candles, swing simple structure, and some other small features. Okay. So the reason why we basically migrated all the indicators we have separately before is that most of the users are using the free version of TradingView, and it can quite count up the numbers if you need to pay for it. And indicators are quite necessary, so it's not really nice to remove them all the time and have a limit on it. So that's the reason why we migrated the volume profile, the imbalance finder, and the trendline liquidity into the SMC version 2. So you can see here we got less indicators on the chart, basically only one, and here we got 4 indicators on the chart. So we can remove all those indicators, and you can see with the SMC now it's quite empty and it's missing a few important stuff like the trendline liquidity, the imbalance that is multi-time frame shown, and the volume profile, which shows where the most volume is resting. That can count up as an extra confidence up on your analysis. Okay, so we're going to take a deep dive now in the volume profile that we integrated. So you understand why and how you can use it. Okay, so let's move on. Alrighty, so the volume profile is something that we had in our Premium 2, and we now integrated into the SMC version 2. So it's always there, and you can always enable it. And what it basically does is it does the job that you normally have to do with the TradingView manual tool right here, where you can find under the position folder, and you had to select your range. Right there, and it will measure the volume in the side of that range. And what it does now, it does it automatically for you based on your swing structure right here, which contains your range. Okay, so for the clarity, get your rectangle. This is the area where basically the tool will measure the volume. And how you can exactly use it, so I got a simple example right here on NASDAQ. As you can see, price tapped into an order block, made an internal change of character, and it moved down aggressively. And you can see that there's an order block being printed, and there's also a yellow line. So the yellow line is the point of control, and it aligns with that's basically the most volume inside of this range. And You might think like, but why is this big candle not the part with the most volume? And that's basically like low volume is a sign of imbalance, and it's just the other way around. Okay, so you can see that there's a fair value gap right here, there's a fair value gap right here, and price doesn't really have any hard time to fill that and continue. So low volume, yeah, is basically fair value gap imbalance. Okay, so what you can see right here, there's a low volume here also, and what we know, I need to play. It can be a little bit slow because of the Wi-Fi here. I'm in Bangkok, and we're back on air. And what I'm about to show you is that basically when you play price, you can see that the volume is changing, and that makes sense. Like the range gets bigger in sense of more price action. So yeah, more volume will be updated inside of this range. And you can see basically that it doesn't, yeah, really have a hard task to eventually fill all those low volume here, and that the point of control is basically a really yeah, high confluence area if you combine it with the right tools. There you go. So you can see that there is a very gap resting and also a low volume. Let me play, yeah, play back so it stops. So yeah, this is an example on how to use the volume profile. If you want a more detailed video on it, let it know in the comments, and let's move on to the other feature. Is also volume related, but it's not really been migrated from an order indicator we had. This is a totally new feature, and it was highly requested. And it has to do with like an order block. Yeah, normally it was without this information right here, but now it will show you how much volume and which side was in control in this specific candle. And it can be really valuable information. So as you can see right here, there is some low volume right here, which aligns with this fair value gap right here. And there is also a high volume area. And you can see that this order block is bearish and that bulls were in control at that bar. It's not always the case, of course, but you can see if it will play forward. And it reacts nicely from the area. It's something you can keep in mind and implement in your plan if you will like. So that's a new feature you can check out also. In terms of swing structure, we've changed a lot, and a lot, I mean, it's not quite big. Like swing structure is still the swing structure, but we've added an extra feature that gives you a more natural feeling of the swing structure, because currently you can see that the strong swing low is right here, but maybe you think like, oh, I need it right there because this is the lowest point, right? Like what the algorithm does is it will move the strong swing low, yeah, to give you a more, yeah, closer point right there. But if you might think like, no, I want to have more natural feeling, you can go to the swing structure settings section and click on swing type on the drop down. You can click on natural. And what you can see right here is that it basically, yeah, pointed right here to right there. Okay, so you get a more natural feeling of it. And what you can also see is that we added a temporary swing high, and sometimes it takes a while for the for the indicator to confirm the high. So now we've added always a temporary swing high, so there's always a fib connected, so you can always see where the premium and discount area is. Okay, so that's for the swing structure. Hope you guys like it, and let's move on to the next one. So now we are talking about structure. I want to talk about the internal change of character. No, it's basically like a strong change of character. Okay, so you got a normal one, and you got the version which shows you that there is more higher chance of the market reversing. Okay, so don't think if there's a change of character normally that the market won't reverse. No, just use it as an extra confluence, and yeah, you can recognize it with the small right there. Okay, so that's basically it. There's no more to say. You don't have to do anything. It's just happening in the background, and it will just show up on the chart. Okay, so let's move on. High requested feature that we've added is the liquidity graph that basically takes out a previous low or high and will show you this label right on your chart. And it also comes with an alert, so you can go to the settings. By the way, the liquidity graph you can enable right here. And you can scroll all the way down and you can enable liquidity graph and set your alert when this label gets printed. Okay, so it will be nice then to move to the lower time frame and see for any confirmations that you might can combine to take a position. Okay, so hope you'll like this feature. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Remember, this is the NAS example I showed you in the beginning. And there is an extra feature you can enable to add that extra confluence upon your analysis, and that's the displacement candle. It will highlight basically the most powerful movements or candlesticks in the market. Okay, so you can see that this is basically a displacement to the downside with a big fair value gap. And yeah, you know the order confluence I mentioned in the beginning. If not, yeah, try to go back. You can enable this by click on the settings, locate extra, so you can go all the way down. Right here, you can click on show displacement, and it comes with a setting of yeah, where you can adjust the strength. Try to play with it. Yeah, the bigger the number, the more strength it is, and you can change here the color, of course. Keep it on yellow. I like it. And it also comes with a displacement. Yeah. Displacement alert, and it will give you an alert when the displacement get printed. Okay, so you can go to the market and see for yourself if it aligns with order confluences. So you can see here that this candle gets printed right here, price steps in, and it's an extra confluence you can add up on your analysis, which eventually adds up to all the other stuff to gain your edge. Okay, so I hope you like this feature. So the basically the trendline liquidity that you probably know, like here, gets taken out and takes off to the downside. We've migrated that indicator into the Sonar Lab SMC version 2. Let's go down. You can simply enable it right here. Scroll down a little bit, and you can see that the trend line liquidity is resting here, and it comes in a multi-time frame option. So you can also choose order time frames to display. You can change the sensitivity. It's just how you are used to use this indicator. I will put the link of the video of the trend line liquidity in the corner, so you can check that one out, how to use it, okay, and where we use it for. So yeah, the last feature that we have is the imbalances. The imbalance is also multi-time frame right now. We got more fair value gap / imbalances, however we want to call it, integrated. So we got the fair value gap, we got the balanced price range, we got the volume imbalance, and we got also the opening gap right there. I will upload later on a more detailed video on actually what those things are and how we can use it. Okay, so that's basically it for version 2. It's a major update. We've changed a little bit how we with settings, and we've added a bunch of stuff, and the coming time we're gonna improve and upon the features we've built. And if you got any suggestions, just let us know in the comments or hit us up on Discord. Make sure to join it. Christmas is coming, so we got a nice giveaway coming up. So make sure to join the Discord so you keep up to date to everything. And I think that's it for today, guys. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy the new update. So yeah, take care.